Good morning and welcome to the Predator Spanish Open. This is our second match for today, and what a matchup we have between, from Poland, Mateusz Sniegocki and the legend, the Kaiser from Germany, SOUQUET. Beautiful matchup. I'm very much looking forward to it, and I am very happy to welcome my good friend and colleague in the commentary booth with myself, Tim de Ruiter, is Mark White. Welcome, Mark.
Thank you very much, Tim. Yeah, this is my second match of the day. Good matchup we just had with Mirko Fortunski against Fabio Rizzi. Ended up 8-6, but there was never more than one gap, Tim. Never more than one rack in it until right at the last knock-ins. And, well, yeah, privileged to commentate on the Kaiser, as always. And Mateusz Sniegocki, here we go. Rack number one.
Yeah, definitely two players that, in my opinion, they play the game right. I mean, they definitely will be looking to play the correct angles, the right safety shots. They have a good feel for the game, so definitely up to learn something from them. But this break, just barely dry. 3 balls threatening the pocket. And an opening shot for Ralph SOUQUET, who just won an event in Mexico, I believe it was. So he's coming off a win.
Yeah. Yep. He loves to travel, does Ralph. And of course, Tim already has 20 EuroTour titles behind him. And he's 57 now. Do you think he's got another one in him still?
Well, a funny story. I think it's like 8 years ago, 10 years ago-ish. He had that same period of time where people were starting to doubt, like, I'm not sure if Ralph can still do it. And then he won one. So now I'm a bit scared to say that he cannot, because he might win another one.
Well,
and he's fouled on the
he
5
thought that
ball.
went. He thought he could get through to that, Tim, but didn't.
Yeah, a bit unlucky to finish just on the 5 to where the 2 ball didn't go. Still tried to make something happen. An early ball in hand for the pole. Who's also one, definitely one that I have on my mind. That's like one I cannot forget. Is the one I think he won the EuroTour in Albania, but that's also a long time ago, 2016-ish, 15. So I definitely missed a couple results on the EuroTour by not being there myself. But back then, all the top guns were playing. So even if you had won one of them, I would say huge achievement.
Yeah, notoriously difficult to win, aren't they? And big field here, Tim, this week, 192, of course, just because we've had the other tournaments in this Gandia Palace in Spain.
Well, since Predator has been more involved with the EuroTour, it's good to see that also the limit on the entries has been increasing. There has been a time where the EuroTour at some point, because of the smaller locations, they only allowed, I believe it was 140 participants. So it's nice to see that also the field increases, not just the amount of players. Well, they go together.
Yeah, of course, and along with that as well, Tim, the money, right? Money goes up as well. It's gone up $2,000, I believe, to first place, 6,000. So growing, which is good.
Well, nice inside juice on there on the cue ball. Mateusz coming out very smooth. He's gonna look to make this a big battle.
And there's a message to Ralph SOUQUET. I'm here to play, and if you mess up like you did there, Ralph, on the 2 again, I'm going to punish you again. But Ralph absolutely loves it. I was with him recently in the Philippines at the Philippines Open, Tim, and himself and Torsten Hallman were invariably the first two players on the practice table every morning. Still enjoys practicing, he says, Ralph, so as long as you're enjoying practice, there's always that chance of winning something. It's when you go off practice that your game really kind of goes downhill, because no matter how good you are, you've got to practice and enjoy it.
Well, Matthäus making 2 balls on the break. 4 ball directly in the side. The cue ball, a little bit of a bump, and the 1 ball saved him from the scratch. Definitely could have gotten an easier opener on the 1 ball, but might be able to float this in, and does not, as he gotten a little bit of a result on this 1 ball.
I think Ralph may have the edge to, a bit like the last time, I think he's got the edge to pot this in the bottom right hand corner. 2 available, Tim, into both bottom corner pockets as well, which makes it easier. Oh, he's banking. Maybe just a precautionary call. Could be playing safety as well, of course. Up behind the 9 or the 6. No, he's all in.
Yeah, so another shot for Matthäus. Is he going to play the bump into the 7 to hold the cue ball for the 2 in the side? Or is he going to try and run around the 7 ball to play the 2 in the bottom right? That's what he's played. He's landed a bit funny by the choice he just made. Cue ball on the rail. Not sure whether he can avoid the 8, yes or no. Running into the 8 could be disastrous. The scratch is on. And he needs a big stroke from the 3 ball to the 6 all the way up table. So a bit of a challenging layout halfway through at the moment. But I don't think he can draw back without scratching a left center. Maybe in front of the side to cross over to the right side of the 6. Just gotta watch the 9.
Look at
Wow.
this, Tim. If he's finished straight, he's a little bit unlucky there.
Okay, and the worst thing is, if the cue ball would be more off the rail, you could still draw the cue ball out with low right. But if you are jacking up the cue to play low right, it actually massages to the right. That's why he's playing forward. He just really couldn't do much more to bring the cue ball closer to the 7. So first real long shot this match. A little bit of a must to make this. Nice and clean. He's got the wrong angle on the 8. They could drop this in, leave the cue ball a little bit to the left side of the 10. Take a bit of a longer 9 ball, but he's gonna try and get closer.
Yeah, not much closer than he would have been. Had he have just dropped it in, really. Maybe a little bit. Good stuff from the pole.
Yeah, excellent start for Mateusz Sniegocki. He's now 2-0 up. We are playing a race to 8, alternating the breaks per 2. So it's 2 breaks each. We will see the Kaiser breaking off the next 2. But it's kind of important for Ralph to, well, definitely win 1 out of the 2. And would love to win 2 out of 2. Doesn't want to have the gap already so early in the match.
Just for your info, guys, over on table number 2, Felix Vogel, recently crowned World Junior Champion under 19, is up against Alexa Pachel. Conrad Musician in action as well against Roberto Bartol, and it's the Pole that's taken the first rack in that one. Demetrius Lukatus up against Tobias Bongers. Now that's a good match. They're level at 1-1. The Kaiser, the familiar figure, Ralph Souquet. How's your break, Ralph? Previous world 8-ball and 9-ball world champion. 1 straight in, Tim.
Yeah, there is an aggressive shot on the 1 ball. Got the break a bit off. But nonetheless, indeed, shot on the 1 ball. Can he get to the 2 ball? It's a bit of a funny angle.
Just a safety here. In behind the 3-6.
Yeah, I like that play. Getting on the 2 ball was so difficult. And also he has nudged the 3 ball out just a bit over, so if he gets the ball in hand, the run out is a lot more available. Yeah, Mateusz looking to go in between the 3 and the 6, but still kicking over the top short rail. Now, this is always a little bit of a wild kick. You cannot see the 1 ball while kicking this way. Oh, look at this for a hit mark. That is unbelievable. God, a huge roll.
Yeah. I don't know whether you've actually seen this clip on Facebook. I'm sure you've seen it, Tim. Mark Williams, a snooker player, always looks at the object ball, even if he's hitting a rail in the opposite direction. For example, that one just now that Mateusz played, Mark would look at the 1 ball as well instead of the cue ball. Strange.
Yeah, I have to say both feel weird. I mean, you would love to have a straight look on the ball, but I'm not gonna turn my neck away from where I'm cueing. It's an odd situation. Anyways, Ralph's cue ball a bit too short to get the cue ball behind the 3 ball. And I think this is a good chance for Mateusz. The 1 ball goes into the 9 and stays over the side pocket, I would say. Cue ball can run 2 rails. Had to play a little bit more of a cut. Yeah, just I was wondering how much of the pocket does he have on the 1, but he's already down shooting, so I'm assuming he has more than I think. He's gonna play pocket speed, so even if he hits that long rail, it will slide in.
We mentioned the tournament in Mexico that Ralph Souquet just won. It was in fact the Mexican Open, but the previous tournament, Tim, he's won to that. The last one before that was the European 8-ball Championships in 2022. So he was 3 years without any title wins. So well done, Ralph.
Yeah, I mean, only the true fans would know it's only been 3 years ago. I think a lot of people, if you would ask them, they would probably think it's way longer. But then still, he's won so many titles, not just your local house tournament titles.
Yeah, over 100, Tim. It's only a race to 8, so we don't have time to describe all of them that he's won. Has he got any angle? No, he says, shaking his head. Managed to manufacture a little one.
Well, he used all of the pocket there on the 10. But it's 3-0 now. Bit of a worry for Ralph. Have not seen him... Well, he's played a good safety where Matthäus made a bit of a lucky hit. But that safety on the 1 cost him the rack.
Another pole in action. Daniel Maciel up against Angelo Salzano from Italy. And it's the pole who's 3-0 ahead in that one. Jakub Schrobot, who we saw, I think he actually won it, didn't he? The under-17s.
Yes, indeed.
He's up against the previous World Junior Champion from Estonia, Carl Ganaderberg, and it's Ganaderberg who's taken the first one in that one, Tim. Five. Oh, thought the 5 was bound to drop, or the 4 is it, but it didn't. Again, ball's going close, Tim, but nothing dropping. The dejected Deutschlander back in his chair.
Yeah, still a bit of a position though. No obvious safeties to be played. And definitely the 1-6 combination a bit wild too, so Matthäus opting to push. Then still I'm wondering, like, what does he have on his mind? The only thing I can think of is playing the left side of the 1. Stun left spin, bring the cue ball 2 rails back down table. But the 1 ball would be kind of crossing over back and forth. Not a real cover on it.
Just wondered,
I don't
Tim,
think I would take this on.
Can he send it straight full in the face, send it round the angles? Can he miss the 2 ball?
I feel like the 2 plays pretty big. I'm not saying you cannot.
I think that's what he's doing. I think he's just called the 4 in the side, so I think he's called it as a just in case.
Oh, he's trying to make it go real short. Wow. I was going to say it's still difficult to bring the 1 ball all the way down, but definitely impressive to see how often he found the gap there. Well, a bit aggressive. Still all right for Ralph, this kind of leave. Has to be careful, could find himself in trouble.
Cue ball between the 8 and the 6 here, Tim may beat.
Oh, the double kiss.
The DD
Yeah, he was so trying to bring the cue ball to find the gap between the 6-8.
It's the Cameron on the 8 ball. May go off the 3. It certainly was. Went straight in. It's a chance, Tim.
Yeah, well, we have seen quite some shots going wrong into the side. We've seen Mateusz miss one already. A little bit of a must. Yeah, good shot. But the angle on the 2. Gonna have to see another good shot here on the 2 ball mark.
Yeah, draw to the side route. He's got to back across. He's got to miss the 10 ball. He managed to, just slid off the edge of it. That's okay. And multiple Mosconi Cup player as well. Tim, have you been watching any of the Mosconi? The trouncing that we're giving the Americans? Have you watched any of it?
I watched a little bit, especially last night, but yeah, what can we say? They should still find another way to change the format.
I think it ended up 6-1. I didn't watch it all. Played this well. Played it very well. Even got just a slight angle, Tim.
I think he's landed perfect. Just soft stun. Moving the cue ball over.
So 4th rack. Looks like he's going to finally get on the board.
Yeah, so it's the Kaiser taking one back. Was a little bit due to win a rack. Would have been surprised if he went down big time in an alternate break format. I mean, he still plays with a lot of knowledge. So you would always expect him to make a breaker run here and there, or to steal a couple racks with good safety play. And a try break for Sniegocki. Looked like the ball tracking to the left center got bumped. But the only thing he's left on for Ralph, as you can see, is possible jump.
Alexa Pachel 2-0 up against Felix Vogel. Musician up 2-1 over Roberto Bartol. The Kaiser is going flying.
Well, second prize.
I'll take that.
Shouldn't be the most difficult to hit, but very easy to leave another easy save right after. Oh, he's not gonna catch a rail.
Yeah, didn't get a rail either. Ball in hand. Three, 5 is on Tim. Was it the 3-4? Can never tell the difference between them.
It is a 3-5, but it's definitely on later. Just needs to, well, just wondering. He's gonna try and draw the cue ball in between the 6-9 out. He's not gonna be able to land close to the 3 ball, maybe just next to the 8, but nothing as in straight in on the combination.
He can't miss the 10 going forward, so played a good draw shot. Still not anywhere near behind it though, Tim. Makes it more difficult, doesn't it? Big pocket though, with a 7 ball there as well.
Yeah, the combination maybe not too difficult, but the shape on the 3 ball after, that was definitely a challenge. Here's the replay. Oh, he might be looking at still cutting this 3 ball down the rail. Slinging the cue ball back and forth.
I was having a nice look at his cue, Tim, in the Philippines. It's made by kind of a specialist. It's an Arthur's cue. Lots of detail. Kind of one-off cues they make. This is good. This is very good.
Well, I think he's looking at bringing the cue ball up table, separating the balls, splitting the balls, length of the table, but just wonder how well he can control the 3 ball on this. Yeah, played a bit of a two-way there, bank shot and the cue ball up table. He's missed it on the wrong side, Mark. This 3 ball could be on for Ralph. As you can see, hitting the 3 ball half a diamond wide. So no safety opportunity on it.
Matthias has won 4 Euro Tours of his own, Tim. 40 years old now. Oh, he's overcooked it. What's your best finish, Tim, in a Euro Tour, do you remember?
Not really.
You must have had like a last 16 or something, no?
Yeah, but long time ago now. I had it twice in Austria and in Italy, I think. Or was it 3 times? You see, I don't even remember. It's time for me to get back out there and get it one more time.
Well, of course. Are you getting much time to practice? I mean, obviously not at the moment. The last 10 days have been all about commentary, but it makes me want to play, but I can't. But how near is your nearest pool table, Tim?
Not too far. Like 10-15 minutes by bike. It's alright.
Of course, you've got a bike. You're from the Netherlands, place with the most bikes in the world, I believe it is, isn't it? Push bikes, anyway.
Well, I wouldn't know any different. This is actually laying really nice to pound the cue ball out. Yeah, strong performance so far from Matthäus. Just looking to make it 4-1. Perfect on the 10. So we will see 4-1.
Still very sprightly, isn't he, on his feet, running around the table. Just missing that jump shot. Wasn't easy. Such a lovely man to talk to. Very knowledgeable. He loves his watches as well. He's got quite the collection of watches. Seems to be a thing with pool players. They do like their watches. Ball down. Nice on the 1, Tim. Be happy with that.
Yeah, this is the second one of his breaks. And indeed, this is now to make 5-1. That would mean a 4-game gap. And that's usually where my alarm bells start they start ringing quite bad for a timeout.
Yeah, I wondered if he might take one after that one, but I'm pretty sure he'll take one after this one if he goes on to lose it, Ralph. Hitting the ball so well, Matthias, at the moment.
Well, even if you feel like you're playing well, then you should still take it to slow down Matthäus in this case, because indeed, I think he's striking the ball very sweet at the moment. A very soft touch. In general, his cue ball has been nice. So he's been playing a very stable game, and I think the only thing Ralph can do about it is to put him in his chair for 6 minutes.
Wow, look at this for a draw shot. Okay, he's overdone it. Not sure if he was trying to come back off the rail again. If not, he really overdrew it. But there's a safety on here. I can get him in, tucked in behind the 8-ball. Let's watch the scratch.
Yeah, a bit of a two-way, also trying to leave the 9 in between. I think he's got it. Won't be too horrible for Ralph to hit this over the left long rail, but you always need to get the cover, which is the challenging part. A lot of spin in front of the side. He's made a good hit. He's definitely gonna survive another shot. But Sniegocki is gonna put him up table again, I feel like. 4 ball under the 9 and the 10. How is the pace? I think Ralph might be able to go for a rail first, or even cut it. If you look at where the 7 ball is opening the pocket a bit more, makes the pocket bigger. It's not nice though. He doesn't like it. I think he's looking for a 2 rail. And just slightly thinner than he wanted to. And he's leaving Sniegocki another chance. Look at how this is laying. We could be going 5-1.
Well judged. Nice little bump on the 6 ball. Women are in action as well at the moment. Big match yesterday, of course, Tim, wasn't it? Between Pia Phillip and Jasmine Ocean. Jasmine running out the win. I think Jasmine's just coming into some good form now. After a World 8-ball win, she's kind of gone pretty deep in tournaments. What's the chances of Ralph leaving the arena, Tim? Pretty high?
Yes. I would definitely give him 8 out of 10. Well, just waiting for something, but looked like he is taking the balls out. Like I mentioned, it's always difficult. Imagine Ralph, he might be feeling like he's playing well. And it's difficult to say, well, let's take a break, even though you feel like you're playing well, because you don't want to ruin your own game. But, I mean, Mateus is just not missing any balls, taking the opportunities well. staying patient. Predator, Arcos, 2 balls. And yet, the 2 out of 8, I was wrong. Well, he does have 2 breaks now. Oh, look at the cue ball mark. Oh, this is disastrous. Straight into the corner and ball in hand for Mateusz. I was gonna say one of the reasons for Ralph not to take. Oh, and he's caught a little bit of a roll. I was gonna say maybe because Ralph has 2 breaks that he feels like, let me see if I can win 2 on my own break and then take a timeout on his break, on Mateusz's break.
Yeah, I like that as well. I like that idea, Tim. Oh, he's not got the hook here.
Yeah, also the cue ball. He was trying to do a little more with the cue ball behind the 9. Still a steady shot. You cannot lose a match if you keep playing this consistently over and over. Your opponent will have to return on this perfectly, which is not always easy. I think he's gonna split the balls. Oh. Is he able to roll up on the 10?
Yes.
Well, could also pocket the ball, but almost impossible to get on the 3 ball. That's why he's playing the safety. He's played it well. As you can see, the 2 ball just outside of the corner, to where the 1 rail kick is not that nice. This is a challenge for Ralph.
Yeah, it's a good 2-way that. If it dropped, he's got a bank on the 3 for the combo. If he misses it, he knew he was going to have the hook, more or less. And he's got to watch he doesn't scratch off this. Going off this with some pace, I think. Good call.
Actually, a great hit. But if you look at it, Mateusz does have a great safety opportunity once again. Cue ball 2 rails behind the 9-7. Oh, it's a bit soft.
Very quiet man, goes about his business. No drama. Good shot considering the awkward cueing, Tim.
Yeah, we'll need another one, but he can cross the cue ball 2 rails over and does have plenty of space on the left. Perfect.
Beautiful. You often hear about, you know, people saying, oh, he should retire now, like Jimmy White and Ronnie O'Sullivan. They don't really want it anymore. They're not really. But Jimmy definitely does want it, which is why he doesn't give up. Ronnie doesn't want it, but doesn't give up. And Ralph still absolutely loves it. At the tender age of 57. Jimmy, of course, now 63. Jimmy and myself were born 12 days apart. Same year.
Played this a bit pacey, Mark.
Yeah, I thought he'd need the bridge here, but he's got some extension on the back of the cue.
Yeah, still no doubt. An ideal. He's got that mini angle on the 7 that if he draws, he goes towards the 8. Well, I've heard players that were way younger than Ralph, for example, that already lost the desire to win championships or to go out and chase it. So still impressive for him to still, he's still going, and I mean, you can just not count out the Kaiser.
No, I mean, if you're still hungry and still enjoying it, that's a dangerous combination, you know. You can obviously still play the game.
Yeah, the only thing that's holding him back at the moment to chase the title here in Gandia is Mateusz Sniegocki, 6-1 up. Again, a couple big shots.
Yeah, lost the cue ball here, didn't he? But recovered well. I think he's a great player, Mateusz. Always enjoyed watching him, commentating on him. Cues the ball nice. So Ralph back at the table to break 2 times. He needs to win both games, otherwise he will lose the match. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear.
Well, he has scratched now twice in a row in the same corner. Actually,
yeah,
horrible. A very similar kick too. When it rains, it pours. And look at this for a layout. Mateusz is gonna float this in, stay at the short side of the 3 ball. This is to bring the ball on the hill first.
Such good rhythm. Everything looking easy. The ball feeling light on the tip. The pockets seem big, though of course they're not. When you're playing this well, they look like buckets to you. Just doesn't look like missing, does he? Just a couple of balls in the match so far that have gone wrong, but apart from that, he's been flawless. Nothing you can do about that, Ralph, I'm afraid. Almost like Timmy's knocking the balls around, waiting to get the match started. He looks so easy and, you know, at ease. Not hanging about either. Great stuff.
Yeah, and now Sniegocki will be breaking the next two. Only needs one of them. Best thing that could happen to Ralph. Possibly 2 dry breaks from Sniegocki and 2 breaker runs. We would be at 7-5. If you look at the other table, Felix Vogel and Alexa Petselje, 3 each. Good match on both tables.
He's done well there, Felix. Oh look, what did you say, Tim? It's identical scratch to the one that Ralph had the other side. I think that's why he's laughing. Look at that. Always happens, doesn't it, on the hill? Something strange. So come on, Ralph, here's your chance.
Well, you would have to say no more mistakes for Ralph. I mean, he's kind of at that point where any mistake could be fatal. This is a winner's bracket match though, so he won't be out. He still has the long route over the one loss side, but I prefer to stay away from the one loss side as long as possible. Some players, they don't mind it at all, but I'd rather take my rest and enjoy the day. Bit of a tricky shot here. Needs to cut the pink 4 to the left. It's gonna run into the short rail. Tried to hold it, has played it nicely, but cue ball is on the rail. Might have to try and run this around, but bit of a tricky spot to be in. He's checking up, trying to catch a piece of the 9. Wow, he's held it very nicely. Still awkward queuing over the 8, but it was already difficult to hold it where he is now.
Well, he's hanging in there. So unpredictable, Paul. Sniegocki going really, really well. And then gets a similar kiss to the one Ralph got off the break. Does have another chance though, Tim, on his next break. Ralph breaks next right for 2. Loves it, doesn't he? Absolutely loves it. Oh, slightly overhit. Whenever you cross that potting line, there's always a risk of that.
Well, the Kaiser does pull one back on a scratch from Sniegocki. Needs one more of those though, if he would want to break him twice. Definitely would like to see this get a bit closer. Mateusz just getting real comfortable as he's been allowed to the table a bit more. Could definitely see a similar run happen for Ralph. And one thing is for sure, he does not give up.
Oh, well controlled. Look at this, Tim. Balls down nicely on the 1.
Yeah, is there any challenge? He's straight in on the 1 to float forward on the 2. Oh, well, he's landed a bit shorter on the 2 ball than he was trying to. He might be able to stun to the right side of the 4 to leave the 4 in the left center. Running the cue ball in between the 4 and the 10.
Yeah, I like that. Playing with some. He just changed his mind on the shot. See that, Tim?
Yeah, he was gonna play with high right, high right. Which
yeah, high right, and then he changed his mind.
I was not too sure actually where that was going, but indeed did change his mind. Has worked out. Yeah, what can you expect? It could go wrong. Maybe 6 to 8 if you land straight on the 8, but I'm trying to find something. I don't think there is something low percentage there. Oh, he had a lot of space near the bottom of the 8 and he came up short. He has called the cross side, low left. No, he's playing top left spin. Yeah, beautiful recovery shot there on the 8 ball. Plumb on the 9. And then this 10 ball to close it all out. This will put Ralph SOUQUET to the 1 loss side. Mateusz Sniegocki will be going to the winner's qualification route. In my opinion, a very strong match from the pole. Has not made too many mistakes and solid cueing. So I'm quite sure we will see both players back later on. Our next match for today will be at 3:30. So in case you would want to join again, at 3:30 is our next match. Mark White and Tim de Ruiter signing off for now, but hopefully we will see you back very shortly.
Yeah, the tournament before we did.
Actually, the most ridiculous is that everyone's changing the rules all the time, and you have to figure it out what kind of rules you are playing.
Yeah.
Is the combi on the 10